welcome to Anime Say. I'm Luke Halliday. Hello. Alright, I am back after about a month's hiatus. I was off for a bit because, you know, whatever. You don't really need to know. Anyways, you asked for it, and now I'm going to be giving you it. You wanted to know what my favourite anime fights of all time were. So, I'm giving it to you. Alrighty. But before we get all into that, let's talk about some anime news that's happened in the past couple times that happened and occurred. Alright. First of all, I want to talk about the new Hunter x Hunter movie just quickly. It's been pretty much confirmed that the Hunter x Hunter movie is going to be, I believe, a alternate reality of the York New Arc, where Kurapika's eyes are somehow taken by a spider member, one of the Phantom Troop, who is number 4. Now I'm pretty confused by this because number 4 is Hisoka. So I don't know why Hisoka would take his eyes, but you know, Hisoka's going to Hisoka. Anyways, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good film. The whole sort of movie is about Kurapika, and you know, if you don't like Kurapika, you're probably not going to like the movie. I know there's people who don't like Kurapika because he's kind of a bit of a revenge character, and yeah, a lot of people draw parallels of him and Sasuke, but you gotta remember, Hunter x Hunter came first. Anyways, also, we've seen some trailer footage of the new Dragon Ball Z film, which also looks fucking awesome. Just like when they fly, the camera's flying through the mountains and you're seeing all the freaking, this looks so freaking good, just amazing. And then it comes up and see Goku and, yeah, I mean, okay, Dragon Ball Z is just a teat that is constantly milked and milked and milked. I mean, when are they gonna let this cow just retire? I mean, this cow's been milking itself for years. More than like, nearly 30 years now. Jesus, Dragon Ball started, like in 1984 Dragon Ball started, and they're still milking it. I mean, the movie does look good though. It's gonna be set in the lost decade between, chapter 517 and 518, I think it is. You know, after Boo's defeated and yeah, whatever, and after the big spirit bomb and all that shit. That's going to be about the lost decade or something. It's going to be focused on Goten and Trunks. Anyways, we also just want to quickly talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure new anime series is beginning in, when was it? October. I absolutely love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the manga, and this is so freaking awesome that they're making an anime series, and I'm just so absolutely just pumped. So pumped. Alrighty. Now, let's move on to my holidays say for the week. Now, my holiday say is my favourite anime fights. Now, first up, I will try to think of what my favourite fights are. No, I think I'm going to have to phone a friend for this one. Yo, bitch. Yeah, Link. I was just wondering, man, what's your favourite anime fights? Yeah, it's for Anime Say. Oh, you're making a video for it? Alright, okay. Send me an after. Alright. Yeah, hurry the fuck up! Alright, bye. Dickhead.
Sup, man? Just heard you on the phone there, my cool shades on, my hair up, like Adam Jensen from fucking DSX. And so, you wanted to know what my favourite fight was for all of anime, huh? Probably, it's a tough one, but where are my armbands? Why am I not wearing those? Fuck. You know, probably something from Full Metal Alchemist. Edward Elric versus bloody Greed. would be one of the best fight scenes in all of anime of all time. Also, I'm wearing sunglasses. Can you see that? The fight I'm referring to is the early Greed fight where... Wait, maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe it was a later one. It was one of the Ed versus Greed fights. It was awesome because it was really, really, really well choreographed and animated. It's really smooth at the time, and yeah. So that's it. My messy hair. It's bloody messy and awesome, but mostly messy. So yeah. So Luke, what was your favorite fight? If you haven't already answered.
Well, no, I haven't said anything yet, Ben, so I'm going to say mine now. First of all, I just want to say, you know I love Hunter x Hunter, so I really, really, really love the Hisoka and Gon fight in Hunter x Hunter. It is one of the most incredible fights I've ever seen. It left me breathless, absolutely breathless. In One Piece, there's a lot of great fights in One Piece, like, Arlong versus Luffy, such an emotional fight, and, I mean, the whole thing with Nami, everything just came together so well, and that emotions were just so raw and really beautiful. The same sort of stuff with Luffy versus Lucci and the whole stuff with Robin. It was just incredible, you know? And, Togashi, again, like, not Hunter x Hunter, Yu Hakusho this time. Togashi is an amazing fight creator. He just makes fights so well. I absolutely love the fight Yusuke versus Toguro. It built up for so long. After so many episodes built up, you're just like, oh man, I need to see Yusuke kick the crap out of Toguro. And when he finally does, it's such a gratifying feeling just to see him finally defeat Toguro. And you know, at the end, you don't hate Toguro. You kind of like him at the end. Another fight in Yu Hakusho. I really like Yusuke versus Doctor. Now this is a weird fight because Doctor is just like a random character really. He's not really a big bad, he's just a normal level bad guy, but the episode that their fight happens in is it's like really Tarantino-esque, the way they designed that scene. It's really intense and felt like a horror film actually as well in a kind of way, and I really dug it. Like, the animation's spectacular, everything just clicked so well, and the emotions in that fight was even quite amazing. Like, it was just really intense, and I think that fight actually overshadowed the main fight of that arc, which was Yusuke versus Sensui. So, kind of strange that they had like such a good fight early on for a guy who was ultimately just a lower level enemy. But there's a lot of other fights, like you can go with all the classics like, you know, Goku versus Frieza, or any of the ones from Dragon Ball Z, everyone would say those. But yeah, Ben says Edward Elric versus Greed, that was my favourite fight in Fullmetal Alchemist. I also, in Tengen Toppo Gurren Lagann, I absolutely love the final battle. It just really shows you how far they've come, like from the first fight, which was just them fighting with like the little tiny mech against this big mech. Then by the end of the series, they're in a mech that is about the size of 40 galaxies or something like that. It's like the biggest mech that was ever created in anime, and they are literally throwing galaxies at one another. That is how big and epic the fight became, and it was just such an epic fight. And you know what I think, like, and I've got a basketball here. I was just thinking about Kuroko's basketball. Now this is a weird one because the fights in this, they act like a basketball match is a fight. And that's really interesting. I mean, I think that's realistically the only fight that I could probably stand a chance in would be a Kuroko's basketball type of fight. I mean, I guess I could give it a try. One sec. Can do it! Yeah, that didn't work out too well. But anyways, I think for a fight to be really great, it just needs to have a lot of emotion, a lot of meaning behind it, and, you know, animation, all that sort of stuff, that comes second, in my opinion. What comes first is a reason to fight. Why do these people fight? That's what you have to think about. Why are these people fighting? And if they're just fighting for no reason, like a lot of fights in Bleach, for example, it really just doesn't connect. I mean, there's fights like Kenshin vs Shishio in Rurouni Kenshin, such an emotional battle, you know, and just fights that really have that heart beneath them. They're the ones you remember. They're the ones that stick with you, and they're the ones that give you chills. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of other great fights out there, and that's why I've been putting it to Twitter for the past couple of weeks. What is your favourite anime fight? Now, it's time for Tweet of the Week! I've got 2 tweets. Alright, first up is from Apple Marie. Apple Marie says, the best fight was when Monkey D. Luffy defeated Aneru in the Sky Pier arc. Monkey D. Luffy is the best. I love that fight. That fight was absolutely amazing because just they went through so much struggle to get there, and when he finally gets up there and he rings that bell, so much history went into that moment, and you truly felt that that moment, when he finally defeated Aneru, truly felt that that moment changed everything for the people of Skypiea. It really did change everything. Now, what was the next one? Alright, next one is from Suze. And Suze says, one of my fave anime fights has got to be the Naruto and Sasuke battle. The flashbacks, animation, and emotions in the battle. And then the face. #AnimeSay. That fight was great. Yeah, the emotions, you hit the nail on the head. The emotions, everything. That is what makes a great fight, and one that you really remember. And I'm pretty sure you're talking about the one in the, what's the valley called? I can't remember the name of the valley, but yeah, that's the only one I can really remember being that great, and that was really amazing. And yeah, I think ultimately when a fight can move you emotionally like that, that's when you know it's great. That's what makes a great fight. Alright. Well, that is going to be it for AnimeSay. You can follow me on Twitter at LAHoliday. You can send me all your questions, tweets, feedback, whatever at #AnimeSay. And I want to ask you a question now. I want to know what anime hit you really emotionally. What anime, like, it doesn't have to be a fight, any sort of thing. What anime or anime scene had a real emotional hit on you, and why? Let me know in the comments below, or send me a tweet. I might read out next on the next AnimeSay. So go ahead and do that. Alright, that's going to be it for me. I'll be back sometime soon, I guess. If I'm not, I'm probably dead. Or not dead. Whatever! Bye. Hello. And goodbye.